Series is 1-1. Pivotal. Game 3, Wednesday night. I've got the breakdown for you. Side, total, player props, free plays, free analysis for NBA Finals Game 3, Wednesday night, coming up right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV, breaking down Thunder Pacers Game 3. Never in doubt, OKC bounced back in Game 2 as expected. Talked about it here in the video. Gave you an adjusted series price at minus 300. If you got in on that, we're sitting with some nice value now, as obviously series 1-1, that price is back up to about minus 500, minus 550, but it was as high as minus 650, minus 700 pre-game 1. So it really comes down to who you think is going to win Game 3 here, in my opinion, is who's going to win the series. We're going to break down the side and total first, and then also look at some player props here in a moment. But first, let's pop up some charts from Ralph Michaels. They've been popular. You all commented that you like the graphics and the charts. I also asked Ralph for some Game 3 trends and angles. And sometimes, Ralph will show charts and they don't have an edge, but we do that so you realize there is no edge. And Game 3 has been kind of wishy-washy, but I wanted to give you the numbers nonetheless. So we'll pop up the first chart here from Ralph Michaels at WagerTalk.com. Of course, Ralph is Stat Daddy, the pen, the human database, father of Jeff. And this is the Game 3 finals home teams in general going back to 2003. So this is basically the last 21 finals plus this year's on the chart there. And as you see that there's not a huge edge in Game 3 for the home team. In fact, overall, the home team in Game 3, if you look at this chart, you can have to add it up yourself, but I did the math for you. Home teams are 12-10 straight up. That sounds impressive because Indiana's a 5.5-point dog, right? Well, the average line has been -1. Indiana's plus 5.5 in this game. And those teams are just 9-12 against the spread. So, yes, the home teams have gone 12-10 straight up, 9-12 against the spread, 9-12 to the over-under. So, slight bias to the under, by the way. 12-21 with a push have gone under. But we're going to go to the second chart now because, once again, home teams are 12-10 straight up in Game 1. You might think, well, the Pacers are getting 5.5 points. That sounds pretty enticing. But as you see, the inferior teams in Game 3 don't fare as well. And what I mean by inferior team, home court's worth about 3 points on average, right? So if a team is a less than a 3-point favorite or dog like Indiana is here, they're plus 5.5, then that means they're the inferior team. So once again, NBA home teams in Game 3 that are the lesser team, meaning they're getting less than -3 points or they're a dog as Indiana is in this game, are just 5-9 straight up. So once again, all the other teams have gone 7-1 straight up. So once again, favorites of 3.5 or more are 7-1 straight up in Game 3. All others are just 5-9 straight up, and the Pacers fit that subset. By the way, it's also just 5-9 against the spread. As you see on the screen here on the far right there, you see S straight up result and ATS result. You'll notice that every one of the teams that lost straight up failed to cover. So if you like, my point is, if you like Indiana here, you probably want to play some of it on the money line. Don't just hope that this line looks inflated and they can lose by 3 or 4, because if history is any indicator, 5-9 straight up, also 5-9 against the spread. And by the way, 4-9-1 over under to the under. So once again, 9 of the 13 with the push have gone under the total. But I wanted to point out that once again, home favorites of 3.5 or more are 7-1. All others, like the Pacers here, are just 5-9, and none of them have lost but covered. So once again, if you like the Thunder, don't let the 5.5 scare you. Lay the big number. If you like the Pacers, you definitely want to play some of it on the plus money line outright, as once again, you don't want to take a situation where you're taking the 5.5 and hoping they can stay within the number. And then we'll pop up the third chart here on the way out. Series tied 1-1, because keep in mind, one of the strongest plays in the NBA playoffs for the past few decades has clearly been teams down 0-2 back at home. We get huge inflated lines, but that's not the case here because Indiana stole Game 1, of course, last week. So this is a 1-1 series. And when the series is tied 1-1, home team is 5-6 straight up and against the spread. Over-under is 4-7. 7 of the 11 have gone under, as you see on the right-hand column there. And once again, home team has won and covered 5 of the 11. They're 5-6 straight up in ATS. And you'll notice once again that none of these situations did a team cover but lose outright. Once again, lose, but cover is what I'm saying. So once again, don't let the big number. I know 5.5 looks inflated. Game 2 looked inflated at 11. But once again, OKC easily got the cover in that game. And once again, if you like OKC, I would lay the points with the 5.5. If you like if you like Indiana to pull the upset, play some of the point spread, but you definitely want to put some of it on the money line. They're currently plus 180, even as high as plus 185 in different situations. I think the Thunder probably win this game. I know Indiana's got a strong home court, and that Oklahoma City's been a lot weaker on the road than they have been at home. But the fact that the Thunder are 1-1 into the better team, I default to the better team normally in the series. So Had this been a 0-2 series, I would have liked Indiana. I told you I thought Indiana would get at least one game in this series. I thought it would probably be game 3. They stole game 1. They never led until 0.3 seconds on the clock with Halliburton's turnaround miraculous two-pointer to win the game. They never led otherwise. OKC had a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, had over a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter on Sunday night. They are the better team. Yes, the line is inflated, but if they win, they likely get the cover. I think OKC goes up 2-1 in the series. But once again, if you think the Pacers can hang or pull the upset, the money line would be the way to play it at plus 180. We'll take a quick look at the total in this game. And by the way, thank you again to Ralph Michaels, Cal Sports LV, at Cal Sports LV on X. And you can follow him on Instagram as well. He does great statistical work at WagerTalk.com. And I appreciate Ralph throwing in some Game 3 charts for us once again. And once again, pretty neutral on the overall results, but the better teams, better home favorites have done well. And by the way, a lot of those big home favorites were teams that were down 0-2, don't forget, as those when the lines are inflated. Game total, let's look at the over-under here first. Open 228. We have seen a little bit of sharp money on the over. Pinnacle and some of the sharper books like Bookmaker are up to 228.5. By the way, I'm doing this video Monday afternoon, nice and early for you, right after Game 2, a couple days before Game 3. But the early money has pushed at some of the sharper books, leading indicator books, to 228.5, and that'd be Pinnacle and Bookmaker. So a little bit of an early sharp lean to the over, even though those charts that Ralph had there shows that Game 3s in general in the finals have been about over a 60% play to the under. But once again, these are the highest totals we've seen in NBA finals in the last several decades. And of course, both teams played at a very fast pace. These are two of the 3 fastest paced teams in the NBA postseason this year. Game 1 landed 221, stayed under as I thought it would. Game 2 landed 230, barely got over this total. And Game 3 pretty much priced to here where it should be. And good time to throw up the box scores. By the way, our man Dan Alexander doing all the box score graphics for me here in the production room. He will not be with us for the Game 4 video. He's getting married. That's the rumor. Sharp money is a yes, minus money on the wedding taking off. So we'll have maybe some graphics in Game 4. But once again, enjoy these Game 3 graphics. And Dan's got some box score graphics for us right now. By the way, if you like Dan Alexander, Dan the man, give him a shout out in the chat below. Give him some happy wedding wishes. He deserves it. We'll look at OKC first here. Let's pull up the OKC box score from game number 2. And I told you Holmgren, never in doubt, 14.5 points. He got to 15. Didn't play a ton in the fourth quarter, but he did have a breakout game after just 6 points in game 1. Holmgren played 27.5 minutes, 26 in the first game, but he got more shot attempts, took 11 attempts. Only 1 for 3 from 3. I still think Holmgren has a positive matchup here. He didn't play in any either of the regular season matchups, but I do think he matches up well here in this game. You'll see that OKC overall hit 39% from three-point range, 49% from the field, 88% from the free throw line, but that's not a shock. SGA was 11 for 12, and he is an 88% free throw shooter. Monster game once again by SGA, 34 points, not a fluke. He took 21 shot attempts. Even with limited minutes in the fourth quarter, he still played 36 minutes overall. Over or pass for SGA. We don't fade superstars, and he is getting it done. Holmgren over maybe could be worth a look once again, as I think he'll get more minutes after they sat him too much in game 1. We talked about that. And Hartenstein, only 2 shot attempts and only 3 points. I think Holmgren is picking up some of the big man minutes and shot attempts. So those are 2 guys for the over maybe. We'll flip over to the Indiana box score. Pacers in game 2 overall shot 35% from three-point range, 45% from the field, only 73% from the free throw line, and the game still got to right around this total to 230. So that's once again why I think we saw a little bit of early money on the over from 228 up to 228.5. You'll see in this game 2 box score from Sunday night that Halliburton did get to 17 points, but I felt like it was misleading. He scored a lot late in the fourth quarter. Really did absolutely nothing early in the game. At one point, he was 1 for 5 in the first half, late in the first half. Finished 7 for 13 and still only got to 17 points. Back at home, maybe he has a breakout game, but this has not been a good matchup for him. He did not do much in the regular season either. Dort, first-team All-NBA defensive player, has really locked him down. So it'd be Halliburton unders only for me on the points. He only got to 6 assists. I think either points or assists probably stays under, but yes, he might have a little bit of a breakout at home. So kind of neutral on him, but long-term in this series, looking to fade him. In fact, I hope he has a big game. We can come back and fade him a little stronger than in game 4. There are 2 guys I want to mention, though, as possible overplays here, especially back at home. We know Indiana likes to play fast, high-scoring games. Siakam, I think he's the true superstar in this team. He was only 3 for 11 in game number 2. I look for him to have a much better game here. He only had 15 points. He still got to 15 points. I say only got to 15 points, making only 3 shot attempts. That's pretty impressive. That's because he was 8 for 9 at the free throw line. And Siakam hits anywhere near his normal shot attempts or gets his normal minutes. He only played 29.5 minutes because the blowout in the fourth quarter. So Siakam, I really like him over. He'd be my preferred pacer over here. He's priced around anywhere from 18.5 to 19.5 here. And once again, he got to 15 in game 2 with terrible shooting. So I like Siakam over 19.5. That's probably the best prop on the board, in my opinion, in game number 3. Neesmith also was limited just 25 minutes because of the fourth quarter. He got to 14 points, but he was 5 for 12 shooting, 4 for 8 from 3. Can't shoot much better than that. So I'm kind of neutral on Neesmith, neutral on Halliburton unders. I'd only play Halliburton under, but he might have a breakout at home. But I do like Siakam over 18.5 to 19.5 points as my top prop here in game 3 on Wednesday night. By the way, that's Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern on ABC. And once again, thanks to Dan for the box score graphics, Dan Alexander, and also Ralph Michaels for the charts for game 3. And if you found them useful, do me a quick favor. Thumbs up on the video. We got over 1,000 likes. I thought we broke YouTube because it stopped counting. 998, 999, then went to 1K, and then just stopped 1K. So who knows how many we got? We could have gotten 1.1K. We got 1,000 and some likes. Let's break the like record for game 3 here. Takes 2 seconds, man. Over 23,000 views for the game 1 video, 46,000 views combined for games 1 and 2. If each of you just hit 1 thumbs up like, we get 20,000 likes. It's so easy. It really is appreciated. That's what keeps the videos free and plentiful here on WagerTalk TV. So Dan's wedding gift, let's break the like record. Smash that thumbs up. And hey, if you have a couple minutes, comment below, even 30 seconds, comment below. If you have a minute, include some analysis, the sides, total player props you like as well here for game number 3 on Wednesday night. Let's learn and earn and win together on WagerTalk TV. And once again, thumbs up, like, comment below, but don't forget to click subscribe and click that bell for an instant alert. Get these playoff videos up nice and early for you, and you'll get an alert the minute they're posted. Also, daily free baseball videos. A lot of free daily content I'm doing here now that baseball is in full swing. No pun intended. So thumbs up, like, comment below, but also subscribe and click that bell for instant alerts when these free play videos are posted. And if you want my personal best bets, I do have a strong advanced game 3 best bet posted right now. I got it up nice and early on Monday afternoon. I really like this play. Go get it right now on my page, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. I give you a lot of side total player prop opinions here in the videos, but I isolate the strongest ones into best bets for my clients. If I'm using a game personally, my clients get it. It's that simple. I've done this for 29 straight years since 1996. More than 60% of my life, I've been a full-time professional handicapper, and this is the 4th decade of analyzing the NBA playoffs. If you want to get my expertise, if you want to get my personal best bets, get a subscription right now on my page. Daily plays are available. The single game's up for $25 right now. Or you can get a 7-day, 1 month, 3 month, or a 1-year package. And the 1-year package is where you really start taking a true investment approach. Because first of all, you get the cost of investment down to $3 a day, just $1 a play with promo code SM365. That's an instant $811 discount off the 1-year all access. And that gets it down to $3 a day. And since I average 1 to 3 best bets per day over the course of the season, that works out to about just over $1 a play. Once again, $25 for the 1 play, or just over $1 a play with the direct subscription. And if you get the 1-year all access, make sure you use promo code SM365 for an instant $811 discount. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, and get to my page quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. And keep in mind, now's a great time to get on board. You're going to get all of next year's college and pro football seasons complete, all of next year's NBA season through like the last game of the finals, because we only have a couple games remaining this final. So all of next year's NBA, all of next year's college basketball. So you're getting basically 4 complete seasons plus the rest of this year's baseball into the first few months of next year. And this is exactly when we got red hot last year, Major League Baseball. In fact, by the end of August last year, we'd won over 100 units for my all sports clients and already doubled our bankroll. Get on board now. Lock in all those full seasons and the rest of baseball. And yes, it's summer. It takes 5 minutes to set it and forget it. Get the plays, put them in. Don't even have to watch baseball. I know it's like watching grass grow, but it's like grass. It's green. It's profitable. And you build that bankroll for football that's right around the corner. Check out the offers right now. It doesn't matter if you get a 1 day, a 1 month, or a 1 year. Every client gets the exact same plays I'm personally using. Same games I've won with consistently for the last 29 years with full detailed analysis. Plus, my last cut goes up as a free play every day on my page. So check out the bonus free play as well. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. One final note on the way out, don't forget to follow me on social media on X and Instagram at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L. You know the deal. It's at the bottom of the screen, 2 R's, 1 L. at Steve Merril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to WagerTalk TV because you also know there's more free play videos coming up next.